Hey, what's up, Crypto Army? I'm Travis, your crypto newbie, bringing you my experiences so you don't learn things the hard way. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor, and none of my content should be viewed as financial advice. If you like what my content offers, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and turn on notifications so you get notified when I publish new content. It really does help the channel grow and get the content to others that might like it. So just a quick update on EverGrow Coin today. I saw something kind of interesting I thought I'd share it with you. But first, before we get into that, let's go ahead and take a look at the price. So it looks like we're in a little bit of a consolidation. We can see our price is starting to dip a little bit, but if you've been paying attention to EverGrow Coin, it doesn't dip for very long. And even after my first video, the price was really stable. We've never really seen this price drop. And let's go ahead and take a look at the 90-day and we'll see what we're talking about here. It never really dropped. I mean, you can see this little bit of dip here, and right around here is where I did my first video on EverGrow Coin, because I was trying to hit the downward motion because I expected it to drop. EverGrow is in a completely different ball game as far as trying to do any kind of technical analysis and predict what's going on. Sometimes you see a little bit of a shift, but then it just goes back up. This is our longest kind of sideways movement that we had, and then it was off to the races. But you can see there was no real significant dip. So for people that are considering the question, when's the right time to buy in? Or should I wait for it to drop? Well, I don't know. It hasn't really dropped. So if you're asking me if there's a good time to buy based off of a drop, well, that's kind of what the drops are looking like right now, is these little drops here. And that's not to say that it won't drop in the future, but it hasn't. And if you really think about it, with a 14% fee associated with this particular token, there's not going to be a lot of people that are willing to sell, even if the technical starts showing it's going to drop, unless you've already made 28 to 30%, but it's not really a good return on your investment to sell it. It's almost not worth the work. So unless you're getting 50 to 100% return on your investment, you're probably not going to be willing to sell this particular token, especially when it keeps going up, because you risk the chance of selling and having to buy in at a higher price. So I don't know that there is necessarily a bad time to buy this token, at least not right now. Now, it's on a serious growth spurt. If you've been paying attention to the holders, and this is what I thought was kind of interesting. So let's go ahead and hit the BSC scan. We'll go take a look at the holders. Now it's 56,659. Now, it's been a few seconds. Let's hit the refresh button. It's 56,661. So we've gone up by 2 holders in the time it took to say that sentence and click the button. And I've been doing this for kind of a while now, and it just keeps going up every time I click the button. But go ahead and test it at home. For the most part, every time you click the button, it goes up. 56,665. So what about if we hit it again? Now it's only been like 5 seconds, right? 56,668. And again, I'm going to hit it again. Now that time it didn't go up, but it was only like 5 seconds. It's amazing. There it went up again. So there are constantly new people buying into this project. And I posed a question over on Twitter, any bets on how long it's going to take for EverGrow Coin to hit 60,000 holders? And at the time, we were adding a couple holders every time I was clicking the button. And that's continuing to go on. It's kind of hard to say when to buy or not to buy, but it seems like right now, especially since it's really building up a holder base, the community is getting a lot of new ads apparently every couple seconds. It's probably good to buy at any time for this particular token because you risk potentially missing out. Now, don't let fear of missing out drive you to make a decision. Take a look at some of my other content, take a look at some of the technicals, take a look at the fundamental analysis that I did on this particular token, and make an informed decision. Don't just buy in because you watched one YouTube video and I showed you that the holders are increasing. Take a look. I mean, it's got an impressive growth chart, but I would hate for you to buy. And well, let's go take a look at a different growth chart for a second. So now this is Safemoon, and I referenced that one quite a bit on that channel. Just full disclosure, in case this is the first time watching this channel, I do have investments in Safemoon, and I do have investments in EverGrow Coin. So there's that. Now, I always tell my opinion regardless of whether I'm invested in it. So I'm not just saying, hey, this is an interesting project, go take a look at it for to build more holders. That's not what I'm doing. If you watch my fundamentals on most of the tokens, generally almost everything I talk about on my channel, I also establish positions, and some of them are community asked, where one of the subscribers will ask me to take a look at it. I'm not always inclined to take a look at those, just because if the fundamentals say it's not a good idea, but there's been some good options too. And I have put some tokens into them, maybe not as much, even though the fundamentals were kind of weak, so I didn't feel comfortable putting a lot, but I did invest in them. And really what I cover on my channel is anything that I feel like I would put my money into, you guys might be interested in as well. Safemoon is one of those. But if you'd bought up here at the all-time high, you spent a lot of time down here. Now this is a few months ago, back in April. So if we zoom out a little bit, and you can kind of see, it went up a little bit after that drop, and then it went down and down and down, and it's only now starting to come back up. And I still have a lot of faith in Safemoon. I didn't sell. Actually, more often, I actually bought quite a bit down here, because I didn't buy way up here, but I didn't necessarily buy down here either. So I like dollar cost averaging. That way when I do come back up here, I see a pretty good profit. Or if we ever make it back up here, which I think we will, probably early next year, then it'll make a really good profit. Fear of missing out is FOMO. Just because it's high for EverGrow right now, don't let that drive you to make a decision that you might regret. Now, I don't know that you're going to make a decision you regret with this particular token. I believe in the fundamentals of the project. That's why I keep talking about it. I think it's a good project, and I think it'd be worth taking a look at if you're the first time watching this information. But let's go ahead and take a look at some news just to kind of show you what's going on. Every single day, there's more information about EverGrow, and it's always positive. Now, there's been Yahoo Finance, there's been Market Watch, there's been Business Insider, I think, did an article. So you can go back and just Google or look at some of my previous videos if that's easier, because I usually covered the news on pretty much every update that I do, especially if there is any. But there's been a lot of positive news for EverGrow Coin. The next Dogecoin continues to beat all crypto records. And I'll put the link to this in the description of the video. I always put all the links in the description just to make it easier for y'all. But if you go through and look at this, they're constantly beating the records of everybody else. And if you watch any of the AMAs where the team gets out there, the team, you can see the passion that the team has for their project. And they're fully doxed, and their reputation's on there, but more importantly, they're genuine. You can see that they're genuine as a team. They really want what's best for their holders and for the token. It's kind of like you have your pet project that you put all your effort into. You want to make sure it's successful, and you don't want anything to derail that. And that's kind of the sense I get from the team, is that's how they look at this project, is they just want it to be successful. And as long as they focus on making it successful, they'll make money as part of the project. I mean everybody's altruistic and everything, but come on, there's a profit that's wanted as well. This is kind of a business for them, so they are trying to make a profit. But as long as the project is successful, they know that they're going to be successful on the back end. And you can see that's kind of how they treat their project. But don't take it from me, watch the AMAs. See how they respond to the questions that the community has. They genuinely care about trying to take care of the community. It's one of the things that sold me on them. I'll put this link in the description so you can take a look at the article. It's got good information. Some of it's similar information from previous articles, so it might be some repetition for those of you that have been reading these articles. Now let's go ahead and just one more time. Look at that. I think we might break 50. I think we would probably, by the time we wake up tomorrow, I think we'll be at 60,000. I'd like to see that we could do 60,000 tonight, but I don't know that we're going to get that many people to. I'd have to do the math on about how many that we have every couple seconds. I don't know that we can get the better part of 4,000 with only 3 or 4 every 5 to 10 seconds. That's an interesting math equation. I might go back and try to take a look at that. It's exciting. And 60,000 is just the start. 60,000, that's not a lot. Same thing with Saitama. If you track that project, they had a very similar trajectory to EverGrow, except for EverGrow is even better than theirs. It's phenomenal. It's had phenomenal growth. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about for today. I hope you enjoyed the content of this video. Let me know in the comments, what time do you think it's gonna hit 60,000? Let's see who gets closest. My guess is that we're gonna hit right around, and it's 7:19 p.m. right now, where I'm at. My prediction for Eastern Standard Time at 7:19 is that we will hit 60,000 by 1 a.m. That's my prediction. So let me know in the comments. What do you think? Now make sure you put the time zone that you're in. If you're in Eastern Standard Time, or if you're over in a different country, what time zone. And we'll see who gets closest. Until next time, stay strong with those diamond hands. Crypto Newbie here to tell you how you can get $2,340 in free stocks. All the links I use in this video are in the description. Sign up for Webull and get 2 free stocks valued up to $2,300. Your first stock is free automatically. Deposit any amount and you get your second stock. Deposit 1 penny and you get your second stock. Total value could be up to $2,300. Generally $5 per stock is what you get. Next we have block fee. Get $10 in Bitcoin just for signing up. Read the fine print. I've got a rewards account. You'll get $40 in Bitcoin, as will I. So you know exactly what I'm going to get and what you're going to get. You do need to deposit $100 to get your $40 in Bitcoin. That's the overview how to get $2,340 just by signing up for accounts.